Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. We got us a big 22-ounce bomber here. This was sent to me by Brandon C. down in Texas. This is Cycler's Brewing Derailler. And guys, Beer Advocate got this spelled wrong. The bottle says Derailler, and Beer Advocate has it listed as Derailleur. Like it's a French Canadian spelling or something there. I don't understand what's going on there. It's not spelled like it is on the bottle, but they got the right picture. And it's got the words written right on the picture, but when I typed it in, it didn't return anything. So I just typed in Cycler's Brewing, and it has it listed under the either European or French Canadian or some kind of other spelling. It's EUR instead of ER. So, go figure. And they're calling it a Scotch slash or a dash porter on the bottle. But they have it listed as a Scotch AOE heavy. Doesn't say anything about a porter or anything on the Beer Advocate site. This is an 8.5%er. Rotating schedule. IBUs are 78 according to Untapped. And I don't think I have a commercial description on this. I do not. So I don't know what to expect here. It doesn't have the ABV or the type of beer written on it. It just says Scotch-Porter, Montgomery, Texas. And on the side here it says February 1st of 2017 and a little white area underneath the barcode. So I'm assuming that is a bottled on date and not a Best By date. It doesn't say that though. So a little bit more information would help. And I would definitely like to see the ABV written on it. And you go in the store, you're looking at it, you got to get out your smartphone and try to figure out what the hell's in your hands. So I would like to see an ABV. They did put the date on it though, but it doesn't say bottled on. So hopefully it was bottled on that date, February the 1st. Today is the 26th of July. So not hard to do the math there. March, April, May, June, July. It's 5 months old, more than 5 months old. Almost to 6 months old. Next week it'll be 6 months old in the bottle. So that's all I see. And it has a big description here on the side, which I am not going to read. But anyway, and it is sweating profusely already since I got it out of the fridge. That's all we need to talk about. So let's stop talking and pop the cap on this bad boy. Brandon C., I do appreciate it, sir. I have not seen this beer here, and I don't think I've had anything from this brewery before. Big time hiss. Big time hiss. Staying in the bottle, it ain't come gushing out. But with that hiss, I would say it's fairly well carbonated. So we'll start off with an easy pour here. Food pairing: cheese is buttered brie, Gouda Havarti Swiss. The meat is smoked meat and salmon. It don't look like it's pouring too much of a head, so let's stand it up. Glass for the pint, Becker 9 tumbler snifter, tulip. I got my favorite snifter today, the Sovereign beer glass. Well, didn't pour as much head as I thought it to with that big head. I mean, big hiss on it, and it's dissipated already. It's not even covering the top of the beer. It says here it can be sold for long periods under the proper conditions. It looks like a porter in the glass. It's way too dark for a wee heavy. It is almost to the stout color. I'm not getting hardly any light even through the thin part of the glass down here. Let's get a nose on it. Roasted malt. It does have a nice sweetness to it. And that's right out of the fridge, so I'm not getting a whole lot other than that on it. Maybe a hint of some molasses or brown sugar because of the sweetness that I'm getting. But I'm not getting a big hint of chocolate or dark fruit. Let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Maybe some hints of some prunes or something in there as far as dark fruit goes. Very easy drinking. Alcohol is very well hidden. Slight hint of some cocoa or some bittersweet chocolate on the taste there. But it's right out of the fridge, so some of those aromas and flavors will probably come out as I let it come up to room temperature, which I always do. So let's do that. 22-ounce bomber, enough to share, which I intend to do. She's going to get the other half what's in the bomber. And I'm going to sip on this for a little bit and see what we end up with. Alright guys, I'm back. Got this little left here. For a porter, kind of thin, kind of watery. For a wee heavy, it's a little too dark. I am getting a little bit of chocolate notes, cocoa notes in it now. I'm getting some prunes or some dates, something like that. A little bit of dark fruit in there. Not a lot. Alcohol is super well hidden, I will say that. It's got a nice roastiness to it. Non-typical for a wee heavy as far as color. And a little thin. Porters are a little thinner than the stouts, of course. But it is well made. I mean, alcohol is super well hidden, not getting any of that 8.5%. Decent beer. I don't think it's to the outstanding category, but very tasty. Final chug. Very pleasant. It is a pleasant beer. A nice final beer of the evening, which it is for me. But it's a little bit of both worlds. A little bit of the wee heavy Scotch ale world and a little bit of the porter world combined together there. Decent beer. A nice change up from your typical wee heavy or typical porter. Porters are not usually into the 8.5%. That would be an imperial porter. And usually in the imperial porters you got a little bit heavier mouthfeel to it than what you're going to get on this particular beer or a lower ABV beer. But I enjoyed it. It was very tasty. I don't think it's to the A category, like I said. B plus for me. 88 is what I would give this. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 87. We're pretty close there. They say it's very good, and it is very good. It's a nice change up from your typical wee heavy or your typical porter. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.75, which is right at their B plus category. So that's where I'm putting it too, guys. It's a nice B plus beer. So if you've had this one from Cycler's Brewing, this is their Derailleur, or Derailleur, as they've got it written on Beer Advocate's site. Decent. It's definitely worth a try. So if you see it, pick it up, give it a try. If you've had it, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.